Hey guys, reading time. How is everyone? Alrighty, we are doing a divine check-in. But just to make sure that this is your collective, I want to first tap into your past connection. And then we will get your main focus, and then we'll see the connection currently. All right, so this collective, past connection with the person on your mind. Past connection with the person on your mind. Already Two of Swords. So very indecisive energy. All right, so we have the Two of Swords upright. So this is frozen with indecision, unclear path, but certain withholding emotion, maybe a lot in the mind over it, indecisions. But certain obstacles were presented in this connection. It felt like a stalemate connection. Maybe, it didn't really flourish as you expected is what I'm hearing, but it could have felt that this person was withholding certain emotions from you, but also yourself. So you know what I say about divine connections, we tend to mirror each other. It's only to go into self-reflection and to see what it is that we need to evolve from, having to do with withholding emotion or even expression of emotion. And it makes sense with what's going on with Mercury retrograde that this comes out right now. But Eight of Cups, so what it was lacking direction. So I feel it was more this collective, you guys were feeling like, I feel like your brain was it's literally that Eight of Cups, but it's like you didn't know. I feel like this collective and this person, even you guys were very trapped in your mind over what to do about this connection, even though you guys were in that maybe you didn't feel it, but I feel like you were getting certain red flags and certain warning signs having to do with dishonesty with yourself. Like, why are you staying in this relationship? You weren't really seeing that karmic lesson in the sense of, not that it was a karmic connection, but that karmic lesson in the sense of, you're seeing the red flags, but you're not really making a decision out of it. Like there wasn't enough proof, I feel, for this collective and this person to actually just break up. But everything happens for a reason. With this Five of Coins upright, left out in the cold, you could have felt rejected maybe. I'm seeing situationship. So maybe, it was very passionate. It was very I feel like that's what kind of like put this collective in that confusion state with this Two of Swords. Maybe it was very passionate, maybe it was very soulful. Whenever you guys were together, it was like, you guys were in your own little world, even though if there was people around you guys. But I feel like both of you were kind of like stuck in that limbo, and I feel like more so for this collective being so stuck in the mind, you could be an air sign because Two of Swords is air, but it could have also happened that maybe in a few weeks or a couple of weeks the relationship went from like totally awesome to totally destructive kind of energy is what I'm hearing. I feel like maybe you were getting the signs, both of you, but none of you wanted to leave the situation until it seems, I feel like maybe this person ran this breakup with this Five of Coins. There were certain harsh conditions. You could have had certain financial ruins, or even this person, but I feel it was very fated for both of you with this Wheel of Fortune. This is about beyond your control. I feel like you were trying to control the situation the best you could, or trying to make it better the best you could. But this sudden change, a sudden breakup that maybe you had with this person, this Five of Coins upright, it was part of a karmic lesson. It was part of, a big push that you needed to start your self-discovery journey is what I'm seeing. There were many challenges. It could have been certain external forces. I'm hearing friends, just karmic energies around them, but a lot of upheavals. This collective, I feel like you were, and we have three elements. That's so crazy. We don't have fire, which is I did feel like there was, you know, a very passionate connection. But I feel like maybe what was kind of like weighing both of you down was the fact that you were stuck in your mind, that you weren't putting your emotional needs first, and you weren't being honest with yourself and your emotions. You were being, you know, withholding your emotion, and just, you know, so that the other person wouldn't leave you, and vice versa. But then in the 3D with this Five of Coins, it was like, it was too much to handle. It was too overwhelming, and it was very harsh conditions. And that change needed to happen with this Wheel of Fortune. That karmic lesson had to happen so that you could both start going through this internal journey. Two of Swords. Let's see. Literally, a death, an internal change. You had to clear and purge and transform this out of you. Emotional anguish, confirmation. Your mind was keeping you stuck in an emotion, an overwhelming emotion that you were not seeing through. But unresolved issues, intense feelings, feeling guilty, but had to do with past life trauma that you needed to heal out. Emotional baggage and regret. Biggest thing for this collective and this person, whenever your emotion would ignite in an overwhelming energy, you would start to overthink. So I feel like part of the blocks that are having to do with this connection are the overthinking tendencies, you know, your mind controlling your emotion instead of the other way around, you controlling your mind, and you really affirming through your emotions, okay, so my emotions are just saying intuitively, this is not the right place I need to be in, and I just need to move myself out of it and believe that if this person is supposed to be in my life, they will come back eventually. With this Nine of Swords, big fat no. And again, Nine of Swords is about being stuck in the mind. You know, it's kind of like that Eight of Swords as well, but you're like, Nine of Swords is like really stuck in the mind. It's like, but also tied to emotion. You know what I mean? There could have been dishonesty having to do with this person, you know, maybe certain... See, I feel like you guys were overcommitted. Confirmation. You guys were overcommitted. The poor choices you were making because you were staying for the wrong reasons, but you were being very overwhelmed, very disorganized, scattered is what I'm seeing. I feel like you needed to ground yourself again. Eight of Cups. Ten of Coins. So whatever, again, it was staying for the wrong reasons, having to do with maybe, you know, financial security, and it's so crazy because I did hear like there could have been a certain financial ruin, but the image as well, maybe there was something having to do with your image or this person's image, that maybe that's why they were staying, you guys were staying in this relationship. But I'm more seeing that as maybe stubbornness, you know, not wanting to give in to this. It has failed again. Another failed romance is what I'm hearing. So if you did not have that idea in your mind, then this is not your reading. Remember details. But I feel like whatever had to do with this Eight of Cups and dishonesty maybe was a little bit tied to certain societal expectations of what a family or what a relationship should look like. I'm hearing for a reason. I feel like your emotion was tied to very much the image that was societally correct. Don't make it fit. But I'm seeing, I'm like, that patriarch is standing out, so could be maybe having to do with certain family values. Also, a lot of opinions had in your family, maybe having to do with this person, you know. Maybe they were starting to notice that you were kind of like in that faking happiness energy. Five of Coins. So by having this breakup, by having this change, there was, it was kind of like building you into that Five of Wands, into the harmony restored, into resolving a situation, finding common ground. But, you know, I think it was a step towards finding a solution. But because, I feel like you guys wanted to cooperate, and maybe even you were like, you know what, yeah, let's just break up and let's just let this as it is. Maybe really conforming to what this person, instead of feeling that rejection, you know what I mean? Right, collective, I'll understand that. But I feel like you guys just wanted to find harmony again within this connection. You guys wanted to, you know, find a solution. You wanted to put the dedicated effort or action that you needed to put into this connection so that it would rebuild, is what I'm hearing. But I feel like you did see them as a soulmate. Could have had very innocent moments with this person, you know, childlike spirit illuminated. I find it's very common with my divine collective that happens, and even with my divine connection, you know, that childlike spirit really does come out, and more so if you did have a very rough childhood in which there were certain abandonment issues, and that's literally what I'm hearing with this energy. You know, the past connection, a lot of abandonment had surfaced within you, I feel, but also insecurity because you didn't control the situation. You didn't know how to control the situation. So by your own way, you were trying to find that harmony within in just accepting this rejection or this breakup so that it wouldn't be a conflict with this person, is what I'm hearing. Wheel of Fortune. But this death of this energy, of this being stuck in your mind, had to happen. This internal change had to happen. If not, you wouldn't be who you are today. I want to get dice for whoa. It just fell on 11. I want to see how long since your initial connection. How long has it been since this collective's initial connection with the person on their mind? 8. So it could be 8 years. If it's 8 years, and if it's so, I have a lot of collectives who have been like in a very long like separation span. You know what I mean? Came to my mind. It was an unstable situation. Confirmation. It was very delayed. There could have been greed again with that 10 of Cups. Could have been greed, but very cautious, under review. You know, you weren't seeing the lessons properly, is what I'm hearing. You know, there needed to be some details ironed out before this reunion. Wheel of Fortune. And then I want to. All right, let's get Wheel of Fortune. This was very divinely guided for sure. Was with that wheel. So with this change, the external upheaval, it was kind of like that surge that needed to happen so that you can have that strength back to be able to work on yourself. Page of Wands, energetic powerhouse. This is about charisma, good news, creative flow, the childlike spirit, but the free thinker as well. So I feel it was literally a change, a push in your cycle so that you could find that strength again. Find that Wands also is action. Find the action towards building towards your dreams, is what I'm hearing. One more. Oh, but a lot of memories were surfacing having to do with tender moments with this person, but then from the tenderness to the lack of support that you were feeling, from the shared moments to that this disunion and that unwelcoming energy that you were feeling after this breakup, and confirmation with family problems. I'm seeing that with the 10 of Coins, there could have been a lot of family opinions here. Maybe you had a lot of people in your family who are having opinions having to do with maybe the age that you have or whatever societal issue that you do have. And usually divines, you have a very big societal issue, but it was a discord for you. Certain canceled events could have happened, but the breakup, even though through this breakup you still see the good in it, and you still see, you know, the shared moments. I feel like you were in the reminiscing energy for a very long time, but you still see this person as a soulmate. All right, hold on. I want to see past connection. But anyways, like the biggest thing I am seeing here, I'm not seeing like there were certain they were abrupt discussions or anything. I'm not seeing like it was a toxic, you know, but society's image of toxic relationship. I feel like when you guys found each other, you were both in wounded feminine. It came to my mind for a reason, and wounded energy, and you guys had to just, you know, go through that big push to be able to start working through your wounds and be able to heal them out. Biggest thing for this collective and this person being stuck on the mind, you could be an air pairing, but I feel like that was needed for both of you, so that to come into that belief that, you know, kind of like into that master manifestor mind, you know, really start to see yourself as whatever you think it's being created, or wherever you speak can be created into existence. But there was a lot of space needed in this connection. All right, let's confirm your past connection with these. There could have been a third party. And third party doesn't mean just, you know, love-wise. It's about, you know, again, that family, what I said before. Third party can be situations, could be workplace, could be third party love-wise. But third party doesn't just have to be love-wise. All right, so we have third party. So there were other things that got in the way of this connection. Regret. I feel like both of you are going through regret or went through regret, but I feel like maybe you did go through a moment where, like, I wish I never met this person, because that feeling was so overwhelming for this collective. Seeing it as a missed opportunity. Why do I feel like I'm seeing like this is the perspective of divine masculine, and it has been happening all week, like the divine. But if this is not a divine masculine collective, then I feel like maybe you guys are going over or went through, you know, certain missed opportunities that you had in the connection to mend the connection, I'm hearing. But I didn't act when I should have. Again, withholding emotionally, as well as what I'm hearing with this. Like both of you needed to escape it, but you were a little bit stubborn to want to admit it. But I feel like maybe you're I left when things got hard. Harsh conditions came out, so whenever it started to get a little bit more rough, you know, that's when you guys started to pull away. But if anything, I feel like whoever was the runner in the connection started to pull away, and you guys, that abandonment started to trickle in. And it was like, oh my God, I need to put in more effort. But it was only to activate both of your self-love energy. You guys could have been in an energy of wanting to heal certain past relationships, and you guys found each other in a hopeless place. I'm hearing that song, the one from Rihanna, we found love in a hopeless place. That could have been something like one of your songs when you both initially met. All right, let's see, third party, secrets. So I do feel like maybe there was a third party love relationship involved. I haven't told you everything. Regret. The damage that was caused in the relationship, but we are both hurting from this. I do feel that. I feel like both of you guys are, like, again, stuck in the mind over it. Missed opportunity. Self-love. There was self-love needed. You need to understand your emotions before being able to express them, is what I'm hearing. But you're a better person than I am. I feel like even both of you guys were seeing that within each other. Escape. You guys both needed space. Confirmation. All right, let's get self-love, and then let's break this down. I feel there is a kind of, from being broken. I feel like you both felt shattered from this situation. There's certain things that are going to be revealed, is what I'm hearing with this. But biggest thing for this collective, I'm not seeing like this was, you know, those connections that are very, you know, I'm not saying it wasn't triggering. I'm saying it wasn't, you know, violent for some reason. It's coming to mind. I feel like you guys, it was literally two people who did not know nor understood their emotions, and whenever you guys would get overwhelmed, that's when you guys would pull away, and you would be stuck in your mind thinking, you know, what is this person doing, or what is this person thinking, or how do they feel, and all that energy. So this is not your energy, remember, or if this is not how your past connection was, remember, this is in your reading. I will have other readings up later today. But biggest thing for this collective, you guys found each other to be able to heal each other, to be able to start your healing journey, is what I'm hearing. I do feel like this could be a soulmate connection. All right. Karmic justice was needed from the imbalance. All right. Let's just confirm with these your past connection, and then we'll break down how is your current connection with this person and what is going on. Alrighty. Past connection, confirming this collective's past connection with the person on your mind. Distance, so there could have been physical distance, but it was activating your mission. Aww. Confirmation, what did I say and what came out? Wounded feminine energy. I feel like both of you were in wounded feminine energy. Sign. But confirming what I said before, I do feel like you feel like both of you felt like it was a soul connection. Also, I am seeing this as it is a soul connection. I am asking from the universe how this connection was in the past. I do feel like they were the right person, but it was the wrong time because you guys needed to heal your wounded feminine energy. You needed to heal that, chasing energy. Instead of just being still and letting everything come to you. But I feel like this distance activated your mission work. So it was needed for you to find your path, your soul's path. There could be actual physical distance, but I'm seeing that as the emotional distance just because of how many cups you guys had and earth signs. Distance, crown chakra. So it was activating your consciousness. This distance was needed. The space was needed so that you can start following your intuition, so you could be activated within your third eye, activating, your crown, your worth, your higher consciousness, your divine connection, even through that depth of emotion. It was needed. Mission. You could resonate with ancient Egypt. This person could resonate with ancient Egypt, but this is also love since the beginning of time. A love, a storybook love is what I'm hearing. But it was all part of your path. It was all part of through your mission to find yourself, again in that motherland energy. Red bond. It was to activate your psychic abilities. So you know what? This collective confirmation, you do tarot, you read oracle, you are activated as a high priestess with the divine connection. You get messages, do not make it fit. But this thread was meant to activate this energy within you, both of your oracles within. Yeah, it was destined. Again, Wheel of Fortune energy. Right person, wrong time. The depth of it, it's a lot of emotion tied to this person, a lot of emotion tied to this connection. I feel like maybe that's also that Two of Swords. It's I finally found my person. Why is my path so unclear right now? Why am I stuck in the mind over this? If I know that this is my person, this is who I've been praying for. Wounded feminine. But it was meant to activate your healing. Confirmation. You were meant to activate the healer within you so that you can help others. But again, there it is. A lot of intensity in the intimacy department. Let's get one more. Confirmation, you guys are currently separated. Do not make this fit. But I put that intuitively on that red thread bond. That separation had to happen so that this could be activated within you, so you could start working through your mission work, so you could start being in that divine light, that sovereignty energy. Remember that divines, we are here for more than just that external union with our divine. We're here to teach unconditional love. So what does the universe do? The universe sends us lesson over lesson over lesson, having to do with self-love, having to do with being in that emotion of self-love, so that we can teach others how to find their path through their self-love. Very faded connection. Alrighty. Change that energy a little bit from that past. I want to see currently what is going on with your connection with these. I want to see what is currently going on with your connection with these. Just get 3. Specific resolution in the near future, and it's up to you. I'm hearing listen to your angels, and you could be ruled by, not ruled, but you could be actually being guided by Archangel Michael. He's been one of my biggest angels this week as well, you know, that remover of obstacles. He is our biggest protector as well. But it is so that we can find our true path. I do believe that there is a resolution. Literally, as I was saying, ask your angels. Let's get one last one. I was looking for a yes or a no for right now. Currently, this connection. The situation will get better, but don't stop. Again, it has to do with you. So again, I feel like this collective, there's still some tweaks that are having to be made in the mind about this connection. Maybe you're still a little bit on that 3D aspect, but let's see what's going on. All right, so currently, what is currently going on with this connection? Currently, this connection, universal. All right, so currently, what's going on in this connection, universally? And then we'll get how they're feeling and how they're viewing you, and it's the same. Karmic relationship. So you could be going through a lot of triggers right now. And it makes sense with the eclipse season that we're going through, the Mercury retrograde we're going through. It's like, but lessons, letting go and loving you. I feel like you're getting a lot of karmic, you know, that karmic turbulence, you know, the ones that I see with this one. Having to do with feeling like an option, maybe. You know, you're getting certain lessons having to do with feeling like an option, or, you know, feeling strung along. It could be also that you're still a little bit, and there's a reason why I said that. There's something in the mind that's needing to change. You could feel like maybe this was a karmic relationship, or, you know, both of you could be going through that. It was a karmic relationship, and that you guys both felt like strung along, or you guys felt like it was only sexual. I'm hearing for a reason. But I feel like both of you are trying to stay positive and just focus on being single and having fun and living in the moment, living in the present. I do see this, although, that there could still be certain opinions about your connection, even though you guys aren't together. But receiving what you need. This is universal. So there's progression arriving. We did get that with that. But moving on, anything that has had closure issues. But there's still certain things, boundaries that are needed to be put in place. But also I feel like maybe none of you are wanting to, both of you are in that stage of not wanting to deal with this. You're avoiding a certain conversation. But at the same time, we have talking on the bottom. So again, very 50-50 energy. Karmic relationship, I feel like it has to do with this karmic energy and this feeling like an option. I feel like this is something that, because you're stuck a little bit still in your mind over this connection, you are maybe putting this person a little bit in the category of they had me as an option, or, and even more so if there was a love interest in the middle, you know, after this connection. And it could be that this karmic relationship is, you know, there for a reason right now. It's something, it's activating something within your person is what I'm feeling. I want one. Let's confirm karmic. Yeah, third party interference, confirmation about that. I feel like this karmic relationship has to do with that third party. I want to see how they're currently, what your person on your mind is currently going through. First one, pregnancy. It could be that maybe this person got this person pregnant. I want one more for that. Hold on, because it could be expectation, but they'll be back. I'm seeing that as the expectation. There could be a certain expectation that you will be back, but also, let's get two more. Hold on. Whoa. So water sign could be significant. You could be a water sign. They could be a water sign, but your emotion, but communication. I feel like this is the expectation. I feel like they want to come back, but there is a lot of emotion tied to this still. Confirmation to what I said before. that is overwhelming them, but patience is needed, everything in divine timing, and good things come to those who wait. But I do feel like they're wanting to compromise, forgive, and work it out. Water sign. Whoa. Cycles, emotional cycles, confirmation. And following their intuition through those cycles, seeing the emotions that they're feeling. That's literally what I'm hearing. But literally cycles under that emotion with the intuition. And this is about following your intuition before it bites you in the butt. Seeing the red flags before it bites you in the butt. So I feel like with this person is going through an emotional purge, which makes sense with what's happening astrologically right now. They're going through certain cycles that they had with you, and they're trying to follow their intuition with this, trying to really, let go of control, which is good, because the first thing that we had in that past connection was having to do with control, wanting to control the situation, even though it was harsh conditions, even though it was a lot of turmoil, even though you guys were feeling unbalanced, even though you guys were feeling like there was a lack of direction here. I feel like this person and their emotions finally caught up to them in this cycle, and they're having to use their intuition with this. It could be that maybe they have left this karmic, but cycles has to do with fate, karma, confirmation. It could be that maybe they left this person. Maybe that's why they're wanting to come in and communicate. But caution, they're seeing certain red flags still, but they're finding out more information. They're trying not to overwork themselves. But the date night is, see, literally 50-50 confirmation. The not today is having to do with that as well. I feel like they're still going through certain emotional purges that they need to find. They need to go through an understanding of their emotion. That's what I'm hearing. Let's get one more for seduction. I feel like this is that karmic and that interference. Date. But paradise, see that? Happiness, expansion, joy, playfulness, oneness. And that playfulness keeps getting stuck in, keeps coming out for me. You know what I mean? I feel like maybe this person is currently going through a little bit of a rough patch having to do with, their life in general. Maybe they feel like, I feel like they're finding, and it makes sense with that cycles, this, and just, following their intuition, where before they had their intuition blocked because they weren't even activated through their oracle, through their, crown chakra. I feel like now, maybe they're starting to see the cycles. Maybe they're coming to a very big cycle, those 2-year karmic cycles. And they're really reflecting on, that happier times, that 6 of Cups energy that came out for you guys, that soulmate energy, that playfulness that they had with you. Maybe they don't have, they compared a lot, they compared this person to you a lot. And it's kind of like, I'm seeing that it's like the irreplaceable card from that deck. We'll get that deck in a moment. I feel like this person is starting to see the red flags. Keys on a ring. Transforming out of it. Understanding you guys are nobody's option. But transforming through certain decisions. This is beautiful. This is about a new phase, rekindling, renew, transformation, growth, and changing that mind frame. Confirmation. That's good. Have faith. Love is coming. Girl talk. This relationship is over. I really hope you guys are, speaking about this connection with other people in the sense of, speaking negatively about them. Remember about what I say about projection. But I am gonna, what I'm feeling with this girl talk, this is universally now what's going on. I feel with this girl talk, you guys are more like in the sense of, okay, this relationship is over. I want to grow. I want to transform my life. I want to focus on the living in the moment, living in the present, letting everything flow, have fun, be happily, which is something that I like, because I feel like this could be something that is mirrored. I want one more because I'm seeing my mirrored card. Could be that this person finally broke up with this karmic energy. Unconditional love. I like this though. It means that, again, it's confirming what I said. This collective, for example, not for example, but I'm a little tongue-tied. This person could be a little bit tongue-tied, but I feel like this collective, you are trying to focus on your oneness, through understanding, okay, this relationship is over, letting go of that external, you know what I mean? Just being, surrendering to what is what I'm seeing. And just trying to focus on the unconditional love you have towards yourself, on the oneness, on your own passion as well. But wedding rings on the bottom. Boat. And also, it's if from this heartbreak, sailing away from this heartbreak, from the pain, from the grieving, finally seeing progression over this because you've been working on yourself. You've been transforming. Both of you, I feel though. Both of you. Endings bringing new beginnings. Sign. Not today. Wedding rings. You guys got the wedding rings and butterfly. So whatever you're not wanting to deal today. And oh my God, what did I say? This is like literally the only one. Sign. So whatever has to do with not wanting to deal or having to do with boundaries is what I'm seeing more. It's literally transforming into this union. It's into this union energy. It's transforming you guys into, you know, the relationship evolving by putting up the boundaries, by, you know, staying firm in your beliefs as well. But soul connection, eternal love. But also from a universal standpoint, where this is universally what's going on with your connection. So wherever you guys are not wanting to deal with, or whatever you guys are putting boundaries on, and, you know, focusing on, you know, letting go of the control, I feel like both of you are kind of like feeding into those threads, you know, relationship evolving, healing inner child and growth, confirmation with that inner child that you guys had. It's preparing you guys for union. It's preparing you guys for that internal union and also that external union. You guys are both mirroring certain aspects of the relationship. You guys are both mirroring and reflecting your wounds. Confirmation. I put that literally on that Girl Talk and that Grim Reaper and that self-love energy. So through self-love, you both are mirroring energies that are, you know, in that completeness for yourself, but also a lot of introspection. It's preparing you guys for you guys saw that it was like literally right here. It's preparing you guys for that abundance. It's you're keeping a positive mindset. It's making you start being in that positive mindset energy. Again, transforming that Two of Swords in your mind from the past. Confirmation. It could be watching you, but alrighty. This is very nice, guys. Okay. Alrighty. Let's quickly confirm your current. No, I'm not gonna get these. I want to get these. Let's quickly confirm your current right now. That black deck. Let's confirm currently what's going on in the connection. So there's certain secrets. I'm seeing this as secrets being lifted, universal secrets that are going to be revealed, and you guys got that revealed before. On the bottom, but taking the time to. I feel like the time. I'm seeing this as the time has come, but whoa, certain ego patterns, or not egocentric, but, you know, certain patterns having to do with your ego could be illuminated right now, and for this person as well, you both are mirroring. So, and again, it's that self-reflection. I let my ego get in the way of our connection. It's that introspection, you know, that self-sabotage energy. Preparing you for commitment, confirmation with those wedding rings. Sign. Unfinished business. Sign. All right, secrets. New beginning, new chapter. You both are without knowing, not pulling from your threads, but attracting your threads is what I'm feeling. Time. Hope. Changing that mind frame, having belief in this, even through the time that has passed. Remembering that it's not on your ego's timing, it's on divine timing. Ego. Both of you. You needed space to introspect, having to do with your ego, having to do with, you know, that need to You have that external, you know, that maybe that tight energy that you had with that external. You need a space to understand that it's not what's the physical that matters, it's the internal that matters. Commitment. That until you didn't come into your internal union, this would not be happening. So we have commitment. Mending. Oh, from feeling unappreciated. Or you guys even feeling unappreciated. Confirmation. I feel like both of you want to mend this. I feel like the universe is about to, and we'll confirm, but I feel like the universe is about to, you know, Wheel of Fortune this cycle again. You guys could be underworld energy as well, because I'm feeling like there's a lot being healed through this. Not only your mind, but your ego as well. Inner child wounds as well. You guys got the wounded feminine for both of you guys. I'm literally feeling like it's both of it. After that marrying energy, it was like more clarity in my mind of, you know, all that I am saying here is being mirrored to both of you in your own way. And it's helping you come into that, you know, wanting to mend this energy. Wanting to fully commit. Chemistry, it could be coming in. You guys could be feeling like that energetic pull, you know, that very chemical energetic pull. You know what I mean? Unfinished business. Values. Your values had to change. Confirmation. You need to go through this process to find your inner union, to find, you know, your self-value as well before coming in. Inseparable. Sign. It's a love, even with the distance, it's a love that cannot be matched. All right. Okay, let's get this person. And then we'll get, you know, everything else. All right. Let's get this person. I want to see person on this collective's mind, so I'm going to mix these. Person on this collective's mind. Solar plexus. I don't chase, I attract, and water. So water sign could be very important, but also the emotion. Willpower through your emotion. Strength and confidence. I feel like they are kind of like in their divine masculine energy, and sunflowers remind me of divine masculine, but because of the sun. But I feel like they're trying to be in that divine feminine energy of not wanting to chase, just letting everything flow and align when it's supposed to. And just, I feel like it's that even through this emotional overwhelmness, they're still having that courage, that confidence to keep going and, you know, keep believing is what I'm hearing. All right, let's get, how is this person on this collective's mind genuinely feeling towards this collective? DNA. So there it is, still no contact, and there's that distance. So clearly there's an emotional and physical distance here, but they're going through that separation. But for this one to be the first one, I love this because it means that whenever the first card comes out with having to do with this kind of energy, I feel like this is like the energy embodying everything else. So through upgrading their DNA and focusing on their spirituality, they are healing that no contact, that separation, and that distance energy. You know what I mean? Even though this is how they're viewing you, I feel like it's kind of like them, that energy that they are, it's like everything you're healing out through that DNA upgrade. You know what I mean? Right, collective will understand that. But they can't, I feel like maybe this is, you know, them seeing your progress, them seeing, you know, your evolution through the spiritual journey that you have. Again, I did say those psychic abilities. You are an oracle reader, tarot reader, which means you are probably already on your mission, and you are, you know, maybe have a platform where this person can see you. You did get the glasses. So I feel like they're learning how much evolution you've had, or they're seeing your evolution, and they're seeing how much you've grown into the person that you are today. Even through this no contact, I feel like you are in their mind constantly. I do feel like maybe they are now a little bit consumed in the mind with you guys. You are going through a cycle. again, in a removal of a cycle, and they're having to pay attention. Again, another butterfly. They're having to really pay attention to their emotion. You know, again, they got that intuition as well. You know, it's the emotion is being ignited for them to start following their intuition and start, you know, really realigning to their path. But I do feel like they're going over the separation and the distance that this has caused, or their actions have caused within this connection, not only emotionally but physically as well. All right, DNA upgrade. Confirmation. Second time mirroring. So again, both of you guys are going through this then. Both of you guys are seeing each other like this. You guys are mirroring. I feel like they are, again, they're going over their cycles. They're going through, it means that they're going through their evolution as well. They're starting to, you know, introspect on their evolution. Religion. We let go in telepathy. I feel like this person is finally in that true belief of that universal magic, and they can feel you growing through it. And again, I'm seeing that as they will intuitively know when the time is right, because the universe will, like, they will intuitively know. There's a reason why they are being activated with their literally that I don't chase, I attract, literally trying to be in that divine feminine energy. But also I am seeing this, because this is how they're currently genuinely feeling towards you. I'm seeing this as how you have progressed, you have upgraded through your religion, through your spiritual practices or your spirituality, how you have been, you know, being in that divine feminine energy. You know, I don't chase, I attract, how everything has been working out perfectly, and how everything that you have intuitively felt has been coming into fruition. Don't make that fit. This person can see your evolution, even though you can't see that they're seeing your evolution. No contact. But through this no contact, they're wanting a reunion. So again, they are consumed in the mind over you. Why am I seeing my Mercury retrograde? Separation. But how you're connected in the 5D. And also it could feel like maybe they could be going through a dark night of soul, and literally self-love inner union. It could be that maybe they're feeling a little bit disconnected right now from you 5D wise. Just because of what I said before with that dark night of the soul, there's a reason why they're in introspection. So I feel like maybe they're going through some heavy emotion right now to finally release, and maybe they don't feel your, you know, loving energy or your supportive energy, you know, in that 5D. And maybe that's why also it's like, oh my God, have I finally lost this person, is what I'm hearing. Distance. Chaos. They in total chaos over this distance. Confirmation, this person is going through it, but they're trying to evolve. Confirmation with that marrying. They've seen your Phoenix periods, your strength, and your rebirth many times. So the last one, literally, as I was shuffling, Destiny. They see you as Destiny. So again, I feel like this person is really trying to just let go of control and let this come in naturally as it's supposed to. They're trying to heal. Confirmation. Wow. All right, let's get their emotions. What is the emotion that they're sitting on right now? Having to do with this collective. Let's see. What is the current genuine emotion towards this collective? Because they're going, so there it is, that doubt, and that was patience. So there's still a little bit hot and cold energy. There's still a little bit 50-50. They're trying to release the need to know all the answers. They're trying to release the need to control everything. They're trying to be patient with this. Confirmation. Trying to accept everything happens in divine timing, which is good. They're going through growth. They're seeing how you're growing as well. I feel like this is like the second confirmation of that growth, but they're wanting to expand their consciousness as well. Again, it's what I said before. I feel like they're learning from you, and they're wanting to, you know, really embody this energy. Oh, beautiful. Through forgiveness, death period. So they're going through a death and rebirth period as well. Sign with that Phoenix moment again. Oh, this is nice. Very nice. So the doubt and patience being disciplined. Mental discipline, confirmation. I feel like they're going through they're a very big purge mentally as well. Instead of blaming, they're taking accountability through the patience and the growth, taking accountability for their own well-being, understanding that it's not about the blame game. It's, you know, I am my creator of my reality. I am the creator of my own happiness. It's literally that religion, that how this oracle deck, that religion with that green light go and the telepathy. I feel like that's, they're trying, you guys got mirroring. And I feel like this person knows that you guys are mirroring. So I feel like they're trying to really, you know, change their actions through being disciplined, you know, trying to be in that, really in that energy of avoiding that tower. You know what I mean? And if anything, going through an emotional tower and not that external tower. You know what I mean? But confirmation with that growth, through growth and forgiveness, their own happiness. Knowing that they are aware that being happy means that they are on the right path. And I feel like, again, going back to that SJ Oracle deck, that religion with that green light go and that telepathy, there's something that they are learning from you, that by believing and by focusing on yourself and your inner union and your path, that you can achieve this happiness for yourself. They're not mimic you, but they're learning from you, and they're wanting to evolve the same way you did in their own way. Understanding what they have to change, understanding what they have to release. Ah, beautiful. So through forgiveness and death of wanting to control everything, removing one along trust. They know they have to trust. Confirmation. And it's your evolution that's inspiring them into wanting that same thing for themselves. Not wanting to be in regret all the time, wanting to evolve from it. Let's get one last one. This is beautiful energy, guys. Removing the pride. But I love myself and I see myself in everyone. Very nice. I feel like they're very proud of you as well. So before I get into how they're seeing, I wanted to get my SJ Oracle deck, this one. And this one's communication. I'll contact you when I'm able to. Right now, my life is too complicated to bring you into it. But know that I do want to talk to you. Communication, confirmation to what I said before. I want to get that deck to see from a higher perspective what's going on, what they're wanting to say to you. But first, I want to see their shadow. What is being illuminated, what is being released. Because I feel like there's a very big purge in this person. Person on this collective's mind's shadow. What is being released, or what is... Insight and opportunity where there was a lack of awareness before. Confirmation. Missed chances, the missed opportunities. They keep it. Spiritual awakening. So they're going through a kundalini, intuition and spirituality, confirmation to what I said before. They're trying to follow their intuition a little bit more. They're trying to be more spiritual. That religion, green light go, and telepathy, sign, confirmation. Relentless craving. So they're consumed by you right now. They could be going through certain addictive thought patterns, but also addictive addiction with substance abuse. But addiction is a prison disguised as freedom, the mind. I'm still seeing that as the mind. Could be that maybe, you know, they are getting certain magnetic pulls to maybe drink or maybe do some stupid stuff. To each their own, but I feel like maybe they're trying to like get away from that pull. I feel like they're trying to really release that. Unmasked truth. So that's where the glasses is as well. They're removing the rose-colored glasses, but the eyes see only what the mind is prepared to know. So, and self-examination and confirmation with that revelation. They're introspecting, mirroring energy, literally that black deck. And also, I'm seeing this, and it's been a little bit of a theme maybe in this, like my last couple of readings, seeing through the facade, seeing through the mask of other people, that karmic energy that we got with that black deck as well, what's currently going on in your connection. A lot of karmic energy is being illuminated around you guys and with people, situations, to see if you finally learn that lesson. I feel like both of you are in review period. Last two. Breaking the chain. Oh, breaking the chains. So breaking out of those self-limiting beliefs, that inner union, coming into that inner union. But you know, again, they are the creator of their own happiness. They are the ones who have to project that into with their mind, instead of, you know, being shackled to the chains of the mind wanting to control them. And healing through art. It could really be, you know, activating through their mission as well, but creativity and expression. And it makes sense with that communication. Maybe there's something having to do with communication with this person and their mission. But this is absolutely beautiful, guys. Very nice. Which means this collective, you have gone through, and 8 years? There's a lot of healing to do in 8 years. I feel like you're about to get a break. Alrighty. Let's see. What's going on? Higher perspective, this collective and this connection, the connection. What does this person want to say to this collective? It clearly wanted to come out because it came out again, the communication one. I'll contact you when. Literally the same one I got from when I got my deck to show you guys. It's the first one, number 7, but lucky number 7. 5, romantic messages. I daydream about you. Sometimes it's sexual, and I did feel that there's something having to do with your guys' chemistry. That pull, that magnetic pull, that it's like so hard right now. I feel for you guys. Other times I visualize our future together. 3. Karmic ties. My heart is with another right now. Confirmation. They're having to go through that release. I have to finish this karmic contract in order to be free. So they know about universal magic, I feel. Another 3. 33. Divine feminine energy. I feel the sexual energy between us, yet it's beyond physical attraction. Again, another. Do not make it fit. Biggest thing for this collective and this person. You guys are feeling that magnetic pull with that physical attraction. It's like, you know, don't give in. Don't give in. It's for a higher purpose. It needs to be elevated to the expression of a deep, unconditional love. Maybe that's why they're not feeling. Maybe that's why maybe they feel a little bit like you're disconnected a little bit in the 5D. But mission, because of you, I'm starting to see what is really important in life. Confirmation to what I said before. They're learning from you. Sign. Communication. Oh. Karmic ties. I've been giving my power away to people in my life. I'm learning to set boundaries. They're not dealing. Confirmation. 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 Communicating their boundaries. Very nice. Well, these are way too many, guys. Romantic messages. Union. We are one. Don't let fear get in the way of this truth. Karmic ties. 5th of the 1st, 1st of the 5th, 7th of the 7th. Portal energy. And July. Mission under this karmic ties. So just like you, I'm always doing some form of mission. My energy and wisdom supports those around me. I do believe. All right. Romantic messages. Timing and intention. So 3rd of the 1st, 1st of the 3rd, but 13 surrendering to divine timing. We need to wait. We need to wait for divine timing. Confirmation. Time is healing our wounds and creating the perfect conditions for our reunion. I feel this person is really, really in that, or it could be that sometimes that doubt trickles in, but there's a reason why, you know, that progression of that doubt, it's coming into that evolution of truly trusting. That last card. So mission, because of you, I started to see blah, blah, blah. Growth. So 9th of the 3rd, 3rd of the 9th. I'm changing this pattern and moving forward. That's very good. Very nice. Magical collective. Look at the change that you've inspired in this person. Karmic ties. We have a past life connections. Memories are surfacing either consciously or subconsciously. And mirrors. I can't validate our love in the 3D until I understand our spiritual love in the 5D. And you guys got that. Maybe that's why they're feeling disconnected. They're trying to understand it. Give me time to explore this aspect so I can be a strong spiritual partner for you. This is very nice, guys. Alrighty then. I want to see. I want to get their what's the action they're wanting to, their main action towards you right now. What is the action they're wanting to put towards you right now? Time, mend, first one. Destiny. Oh, I want to talk about the damage, which means that communication and chaser. They wanted to chase. So yeah. So their intention towards you, or the action they want to take towards you, I feel like they're a little bit afraid of the time that has passed. If it's been 8 years, then time is, for it to be the first one to come out. Clearly, that's something that, you know, is weighing heavy on this person's mind right now. But afraid it's too late to take the action. But they're wanting to mend this. They're wanting to fix this connection. They feel like this is destiny. They could be struggling a little bit with finding their path. But with that mission card, I feel like they are kind of like in their mission, or they're starting to activate to their mission. They really are going through the damage that has been caused. I feel like they're wanting to take accountability for this. They're wanting to speak about what was actually, you know, what kept you apart. But chaser. I don't want to chase anymore, but I feel like they're not wanting to chase, but wanting to conquer you is what I'm feeling. But if anything, also with this damage, I feel like it's that, you know, they're not wanting to chase anymore if it's just going to bring me more damage. If it's just going to hurt me. Chasing has been hurting me, so I just need to let everything flow is what I'm hearing. All right, let's confirm time. Let me confirm with these. Phoenix, confirmation, transforming. So they could be going through an understanding that the time was needed for this to, you know, rekindle, for this to transform. Growth and changing minds. Amend. Through unconditional love. Very nice. Self-love, oneness. So they're coming into their oneness, I feel. Destiny. That's right. Twin Flames comes out. I am going to scream. Reminiscing, wanting to learn from the past. Wanting to make new memories. They know you're their destiny. Damage. It was destiny for you guys to meet. Over this. And I feel like that's where that doubt is as well. You know, maybe this person really feels like there's no second chances with this, and that how they've damaged this connection so much that, you know, there are no second chances, that this is over. So I feel like not only time, but the damage is kind of like weighing heavy on their shoulders right now. But I feel like they could be growing and transforming their life through this. But and it makes sense with this chaser energy, not wanting to chase and just let everything align as it should be in divine timing. But I feel like they're growing and changing out of and transforming out of, you know, the patterns that, or the self-sabotage that they've had that caused this damage. I want one more for that. Oh God. Lightning, sudden, I feel like it's that. Transformation, sudden epiphany, you know, understanding that they needed to grow and transform. They needed to take accountability for their actions is what I'm hearing. Chaser. That date again coming out. Healthier choices, confirmation, wanting everything to come in instead of chasing, you know, making healthier choices in love and life, self-love, self-care, being happier, confirmation. They know that in order to be happier, they don't need to chase. They just need to let everything flow and attract. They need to be in, you know, their oneness on themselves. And soulmate, confirmation. They see you as a soulmate. Alrighty. Let's get their true intentions. Let us get their true intentions. Let's get their intentions with these. Let's get true intentions of this person towards this collective. Just get 3 maybe. Emotional intimacy, and soon. But soon. I will contact you soon. The first one to fly out. Emotional intimacy. Oh, I'm truly afraid to open up to you. Being raw and authentic with my emotion is something I'm still working on. I do feel that. And we saw that with that water sign and that emotion, and really trying to follow their intuition with it. They're trying to let go of the past, which is good. Very good. Which means this collective, you've been working on that as well. You're my favorite. Oh. You're the person I want to call. Again, they're going, that's that 6 of Cups, the reminiscing, the soulmate, the tender moments, you know, really comparing how they were with this other person, or how they are with this other person and how it was with you. I feel like maybe they felt like it was a little bit easier, but the conditions on which you guys met was harsh. You know, it wasn't that the love wasn't there, it's that you guys needed to heal. I feel like they're going through that understanding. You're the person I want to call when something good or bad happens. The first thought when I have news to share. You're my person. But there's that 50-50. There's still unclear. I feel like this unclear of the connection has to do with because of the time and the damage. I feel like it's more the uncertainty of it. Will you listen? I want one more for unclear, because I am hearing that will you listen energy. Finding myself. So there's still a little bit more healing needed here. There's still a little bit more confidence that they're needing. But it was time I went within to find myself again. I need to figure out what I want in life, and I need space. That's where that uncertainty comes from, that unclear energy. And it's also that 5D, what I was seeing. I feel lost. They feel lost without you. True intention. What's this collective? And the last one to be the future. Destiny. Totally. I daydream. This is the second time that, and you guys have my kids on the bottom. And the first card to come out with this deck was that pregnancy. Maybe they want to get you pregnant. Maybe also that's why they're going through the time, you know. Maybe they're actually, again, and it makes sense because we did get a couple of cards that were like, you know, I'm starting to, that daydreaming of the future together, and literally the daydreaming of the future together. I feel like they're finally in that stage where they want to, you know, settle down, like really settle down and have that 10 of Cups energy or 10 of Coins energy. I daydream about our future together, going on adventures and growing old together. I want it all. And have my kids. It could be that maybe they're going through the time because of that as well. They're wanting to have a family with you soon. Oh, it's coming up with a little bit of emotional, not emotional baggage, but with emotion. So whenever this person does contact you, I feel like they are going to be in a very vulnerable state. Just with this tears, when I think about you, I cry. So I feel like that's kind of like that. That's that. Not impulse, but that's what's fueling that action towards you of wanting to contact you. The fact that they're sad about this. Emotional intimacy. Spoiling you. So I want to, and I feel like even though this is spoiling you, I'm seeing that as maybe wanting to come clean with a lot of things, wanting to be vulnerable. But I want to give you a good life. The good life, whatever has in your mind been, you know, the good life, you know, if that's a healthy relationship, I feel like that's what's kind of like confirming, you know what I mean? I want to spoil you with gifts and trips, everything you could ever need or want. You deserve nothing less. And I'm really seeing that as that emotion. All right, so under you're my favorite, have my kids, confirmation. This person wants a family with you. Do not make that you could have spoken about this. And the future. So there's still a little bit of ego coming out in their energy. Because this literally just flew. Playing games, I do not like this, and it's under the future. So this is a game to me. The way I'm acting, responding, or posting to get your attention, I feel like maybe, again, it's that pull. They're trying to get your attention. But then it's simple, really. How do I feel? I want you, us, forever. I want one more for playing games. I feel like maybe this is, you know, where in the past maybe they were playing games. Or because of their mask, they were playing games. It's your mystery. Your mysteries. I can never seem to figure you out sometimes. And I feel like that's also why that 50-50 in their energy of, and why they focus on that time and that damage. I feel like they kind of like don't know where you stand right now. And if it's been 8 years since you guys seen each other, it's I can see it. You feel like home, but there it is. You feel like home. I feel like they're going through a purge with their ego. Confirmation. Being with you reminds me of simpler times. Confirmation to what I said before, that 6 of Cups energy. You bring me so much happiness and peace. Alrighty. Alrighty. Let's get some dice and let's see, when is this communication coming in? So if a 6 comes out, I'm getting months. Anything around it, anything other than that is weeks. Okay, let's get, I'm hearing days, but if Wands comes out as the first card in tarot, I think it's days, but we'll see. 7, so it could be 7 weeks, next week ahead maybe, so a week to 7 weeks. Let's see what comes out. All right, hold on. This connection, future of this connection, next 7 days to 7 weeks. We'll see. Universal message. Let's start a third party in the middle. But let's see. Hold on. 10 of Swords, changing the outcome, regeneration of a relationship. And Swords is weeks, so I'm saying weeks. Swords are weeks. So next 7 weeks for this collective and the connection. So regeneration of relationship, making a comeback, a reconciliation, repairing, moving on. It could be that maybe this is under the influence. 3 of Cups in reverse. I will confirm, but okay, there's still a little bit. So the emotion is there. You have Ace of Cups upright. This is also about self-love, but you know, the flow of emotion. You do have indecisiveness and self-doubt having to do with judgment. I feel like this is what they're releasing, or maybe what you guys are releasing, but we'll confirm. With this 3 of Cups in reverse, I feel like maybe there is someone else that is going to be in the background, you know. If they just broke up with this person before they come in, then, you know, I do feel like their energy is still going to be lingering in the background. I want one more for this. 3 of Cups. But have strength. Be compassionate. Your self-belief. Don't doubt yourself. It could be days, because I did say I heard days and 7 came out, and a week is 7 days. We'll see. Because I am feeling like days. I'm feeling like something is happening in a couple of days. But I do feel like this is more so, you know, this third party interference, this third party, the love triangle, the rivalry. For this collective, just stay in your courage and your self-belief, you know, focus on your inner wisdom, on your personal power. Don't let this overwhelm you is mostly what I'm seeing with this. You know, this is not something that your mind needs to be thinking about. You just have to have strength and following your intuition with strength. You'll know what to do. But I will say, because this gentle persuasion is sticking out. Maybe, you know, maybe this person, again, and we did get those addictions, you know, those substance abuse. This is also about heavy partying and under the influence. It could be that maybe, you know, through your teachings or through, you know, this conversation that you can have with this person, you do like, kind of like, not erode, but, you know, not persuade them, but kind of like align them into, you know, maybe you talk about addictions, or maybe you talk about certain third party interferences that are having to do with their own path, you know, whatever is holding them back, not having to do with relationship. I feel like there's a strength within that comes over you guys with compassion, and it's kind of like you, I feel you're going to be very nurturing towards this sign. But you know what? Also, I'm seeing this as this person where there is this third party in the middle, where there is this kind of like external energy around them. I feel like they gain strength. You know, your person gains strength into finally seeing that this is, you know, this is not healthy. You know what I mean? I want one more for that. Hold on. I'm seeing that as that realization, them having that inner strength to release this. Yeah, this is just going to put them in an emotional anguish. You know, it's emotional baggage, guilt, intense feelings, unresolved issues. I feel like they gain strength with it. All right, let's get 10 of Swords. Hold on, because I forgot. We have King of Swords in reverse. This is about sarcasm, cold, controlling energy, unbending. I feel like this is, again, something that is going to be released, but drunk on power, lacking integrity. One more for King of Swords. World energy. So delays, lack of completion because of certain controlling tendencies, because of, you know, lacking integrity, because there was inflexibility here, because they were taking shortcuts maybe, or you guys, you know, felt like you were taking shortcuts. Because it was not flowing. World energy. And what did I say? I feel like you guys are in world energy. One more. It was keeping them in an emotional image, overly emotional. Focused on inner feelings. But I will say, I'm not like King of Cups in reverse. Usually it's like emotional immaturity. But I'm seeing this as kind of like their mind, how it will control their emotions. So because they were in that lack of completion, because they were stuck and stagnant, I'm literally seeing this as the middle part, the Three of Cups, King of Swords, and the Justice in reverse, that indecisiveness, that self-doubt, you know, that unwillingness to learn that karmic lesson, that negative self-talk is literally what is weighing them down and what is making them go into reflection in between these two energies, in between, you know, that reconciliation and that, you know, that blissful new romantic cycle, emotional cycle. This is what they're needing to release. This is what what you both are releasing, you know, that mental anxiety over that emotional attachment, that, you know, not having strength in your self-belief, not having strength in your in knowing who you are and what you deserve, you know. Let's get Judgment. I want to see what this Judgment is. I want to get these so I can get a better perspective, because it's kind of like, I feel like confused, and this person could feel a little bit confused. So the self-doubt, restlessness, impulsive energy, indecision. I feel like their self-doubt is going to put them in kind of like a little bit of a, like only fool in reverse. One more. Because of reminiscing energy. Alrighty. So I'm going to finish confirming these three again. Because what I'm seeing with this energy, like right here in the middle, this first one is beautiful. This 10 of Swords in reverse is beautiful. It's overcoming, it's changing that outcome, and it's overcoming that hardship. It's moving on from it. And this Ace of Cups is beautiful. It's that self-reflection and emotion, but also it's that blissful new romance also. It's the flowing of the emotion. It's the romantic success. But in between of those, wanting to regenerate this relationship and being emotionally abundant, there's still certain aspects that are needing to, you know, ground. There's still something having to do with their energy in their cup energy, you know, who they're putting their attention to, who they're filling their cup into, who they're letting in within their cups, you know what I mean? And the emotional anxiety that it is causing in their mind over this, you know. So maybe they're feeling there's a little bit of guilt that they're going through, you know, by just removing certain people, you know. They're still a little bit attached to the external or the face, you know, that kind of like loyalty energy. because maybe, you know, and I'm hearing it not only for this karmic energy, but also there could be certain friends or family members that they're going through this with. And, you know, it's kind of like that battle between the mind and their feelings. But I do feel like they have strength over it. I do feel like they are, you know, really focusing on their self-belief and their inner knowing, trusting their intuition. You know, they're having courage and confidence and compassion towards themselves, having to do with the decision that they have to make with this Three of Cups and that Nine of Swords. You know, instead of focusing on the regret, I feel like it's that emotional release that they have to go through. So I want to finish confirming this Three of Cups. Yeah, it's that unstable situation. You know, it's them seeing that this is an unstable situation. This third party has nothing to do here. This third party is only keeping me in an emotional anxiety, in regret, in, you know, guilt because I ended another relationship or whatever it is. But the unresolved issues maybe that they end up having with this person, even though they're gaining strength towards this decision, there's still a lot of emotional baggage that is tied to this person, and it's showing them it's an unstable. And you yourselves as well, there's still a little bit maybe having to do with this third party. You guys are not really totally letting go of that situation maybe, and it's coming to my mind for a reason. I do feel like the strength energy is illuminating both of you in this aspect. You guys got marrying. It's putting you both under review, confirmation. Are you going to learn? Are you going to believe that you are strong and that you can overcome whatever it is that you want to overcome? Or are you going to be, you know, emotionally tied and mentally imprisoned over this emotion and what to do with this? Are you going to see that there are delays because this energy does no longer serve you? Or are you going to be strong enough to remove it? Are you going to turn this Ace of Coins upright on your own? Are you going to make it a stable environment for yourself? All right, let's get King of Swords. Following your heart. This is nice. So for this King of Swords, wherever, you know, again, a lot of mental, again, you know, and this is King of Swords in reverse. This is about controlling energy. This is about your mind wanting to control your actions, your mind wanting to control the outcome, and putting you in an emotional imbalance, in an emotional that King of Cups in reverse, putting you in that emotionally unavailable energy because you're not letting things flow, because you're not releasing that control. And understanding, are you going to see it as that world energy of, I'm delaying my own path? I'm the one putting myself in that lack of completion energy. Are you going to take that shortcut and be impulsive, or are you going to follow your heart? Both of you. Not only this person, but you as well. Are you going to let go of the past and follow your heart? Or are you going to keep yourself stuck and stagnant? But this is about psyche as well, intuition. Follow your intuition with this. Judgment. Chariot. So through this indecisiveness, and also I feel like the decision comes to the Six of Cups energy. Understanding that soulmate connection. Releasing the past, but, you know, focusing on the beautiful shared moments you guys had. The sweet things in life, that tenderness, soulmate energy, the innocence. Strength of will, forward movement, determination, willpower, success, action, travel, but focus. I feel like there's a focus on wanting to, you know, go back to this energy, that tenderness that you guys once shared. That because they didn't take that leap of faith in the past, because they didn't believe, it was just keeping them stuck. Because of healthy physical or emotional abuse, because of negative karmic connections, because of toxicity, the energetic implants, that societal issue, the 10 of coins that came out before, you know, those opinions, the codependency. This is very nice. Let's get one last one for overall. Okay, so I don't want to put anybody, but Dark to Light, a few days, it's time. Literally, this is about a fresh start, awakening spring. Wherever you are, maybe you're about to approach spring. And I heard days for a reason. This is a few days. So this could be start to trickle in within a few days and then go to 7 weeks. But I did hear days. I feel it could be your next week ahead. Am I saying this person is ready for this commitment? No. Am I saying they're ready to rebuild? Yes. They're ready to rebuild, slow and steady, not rushing anything in, not being impulsive. Taking that leap of faith towards that new beginning the right way. Getting to know each other again. Being vulnerable with each other. Last one. And I do believe the emotion is there. The emotion is real. It's just that you guys are needing to learn how to be in a healthy relationship with each other. In this new energy that you both embody. So 2 came out. So 9 of Cups. I'm not liking this Queen of Wands in reverse though. This is about strong-willed though. And too many irons on the fire. So maybe there'll still be a little bit of opinions, but I feel like this is an emotional fulfillment. Better times ahead, tranquility, overcoming hardship. Becoming stable, restoration, and peace. I do feel like you guys put it, I feel like this is something having to do with boundaries with your people. Don't be easily moved by other people's opinions is what I'm hearing with this one. Remember what you're gaining. Internally, not externally. This is Cups is intern. Emotion. Emotionally fulfilled. Complete content, which is coming true. This is beautiful, guys. Don't rush anything in and don't let your mind take over. All right, let's confirm that love connection and then we'll free yourself from your mind. Both of you need to. It's time to take, and also that unicorn, believe. That unicorn in my animals deck is, you know, it comes out when there's certain belief that is needed, you know, even though you haven't seen. And the unicorn is very twin flame energy. You know, that divine connection, you know, it's like, it's literally believing it's there and believing it'll happen when it's supposed to happen. But because we don't have that tangible evidence, that belief starts to fall out, you know, that belief starts to leave our system. Just believe. Free yourself from that 3D aspect. Believe. You're calling in your soulmate. Sign. You both got it. You both got soulmates. Love yourself first. Confirmation. Put up those boundaries if you need to put them up. Say what you need in the relationship, you know. Say what it is that you need for this to work. You both need to express yourselves in a vulnerable way and just without judging each other, without judging yourselves either, or without that and also without that fear of, you know, the abandonment. If you believe that this is your person, they won't abandon you. If it's not aligning, it means that it's because you guys need to heal a little bit more, not that it's not there. Pay attention to the red flags. Pay attention to your body's emotion. Oh. True love. This is retreat. I want one more for retreat because I feel like this retreat is retreat from, you know, be doing anything impulsive. Healing family issues. There's still certain, but yeah, there's certain family issues that are needing to be healed. That third party, that 3 of Cups in reverse is what I'm seeing. Don't take it personal. Remember, you are rebuilding. Don't be impulsive. Alrighty. That full reading resonated. Write these down. Not many. I'm not getting many at all yet lately. J, G, E, F, M, W, X, C, J, I, H, J, J, P, S, FBG, GTA, maybe you have that game. TSWRYQOEDQRMMVKGUOIUGEDNIAOMA UCEGUMVRP and J. Remember full names. And D came out. Was missing. 20s. Oh. Okay, so letters that were missing: T, N, and J. But you have love, name, wish, and kiss. And the only one is that elephant, that wisdom. Follow your wisdom. Trust in your knowledge. Trust in your strength. You're getting the signs having to do with your wish fulfillment and love and inner union, and also your person. Just trust. Right, angel numbers, birthdays, etc. All right, so we have 33, divine feminine, and 333. You could be seeing 333 a lot, but 55 as well, transformation. 29th of the 3rd. Tomorrow is the 29th. Interesting. And we got a few days. Let me know in the comments if something happens tomorrow. But 20th, and also tomorrow, 29th, is the eclipse, the solar eclipse sign. 21st of the 3rd, 29th of the 5th, 29th of the 5th, 29th of the 1st, 23rd of the 1st, 23rd of the 5th, 23rd of the 3rd, 3rd of the 3rd, portal energy, 5th of the 5th, portal energy as well, 2nd of the 9th, 9th of the 2nd. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 sign. 11, 11, 11, wish coming true. 62, angel number. 64, angel number. The creator is by your side, the flower of life. That's one of my favorite angel numbers, actually. 69, wheel of fortune. Turn that wheel into your favor. You're in world energy. Remember, are you going to learn the lesson, or are you going to go through another cycle? Don't give in to that moment of bliss is what I'm hearing. You know what I mean? That chemistry. 13, surrender to the divine. 13th of the 4th, 13th of the 5th, 13th of the 9th, 13th of the 2nd, 11th of the 5th, 5th of the 11th, 11th of the 4th, 4th of the 11th. 111, new beginnings. All right, guys. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I will be posting another reading. I think I'm going to do a couple more, but we'll see, because I have my kids with me today, so I have a couple things to do first. But I will definitely post another reading later today in my TikTok collective. But I'll see you all later. Bye.